What's up, guys? My name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel where we talk about money and mindset as well as my family's own journey to pay off six-figure debt. So if you like videos like that, then make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Couple things. One, I've got my newborn here with me and she's awake and happy at the moment and making some baby noises. So you may hear that in the background. Hopefully you like cute baby noises. The other thing is this is an epic net worth update. It is the first net worth update since my student loans have been paid off. We're going to go over all the numbers in detail. This is my family's net worth. My husband and I, we combine all of our assets. So yeah, this is our net worth update. Now, if you want to track your own net worth along with me, I do give you guys this spreadsheet for free as a thank you for following my channel, following our stories, subscribing, commenting on my videos, all the fun interaction we get to do together here on my channel. So that link will be in the video description. If you haven't already downloaded it to get your free net worth spreadsheet, then that link will be there. So net worth, in case you're not familiar, is everything you own. So all of your assets minus everything you owe, which is all of your liabilities. So let's start by looking at our assets. So we are going to actually go through 2 months because I didn't do a June net worth update. So this is going to be June and July all combined at once. So I'm going to try to go through each one a little faster than usual so the video doesn't end up being twice as long as it normally does, because that would just be way too long for a net worth update. Okay, as of June 1st, our house was worth $480,000. Now, the way I've been calculating this is based on Zillow, but then taking a very conservative estimate. So on Zillow, it says our house is worth over $525,000. And I have been subtracting about $50,000 from that just because I just didn't trust Zillow, and also wanted to account for like any fees that would be associated with selling to see like how much would we actually get from our house if we sold. So that's the number I've been using on Zillow. In the month of June, it did say our house went down by $5,000. So I brought that down to $475,000, which was a change of $5,000. Next, we've got our emergency fund and sinking funds. So for the month of June, we started out with $6,600 in our emergency fund plus sinking funds, and we ended with $8,300. And for April, May, and June, we were really trying to increase our sinking funds. So I'm really glad that we were able to increase that by $1,700 in the month of June. Now, for retirement accounts, I used to have this broken out between me and my husband, and I just thought it didn't really need to be separate. So I just combined our retirement accounts into one line item. So we started out with $78,280 at the beginning of June, and then by the end, by July 1st, we had just over $80,000, so that was an increase of $1,820. Oh, the other thing you'll notice for all the July numbers, they all end in zero. I just decided to start rounding things. The prior month, I had ended things all with fives or zeros, and I decided just to really round it out to end in zeros, or by the closest 100, actually. So it's just a little easier to say, and I don't need to track everything like to the exact dollar. So that's what I started doing this month. So that's why you'll see everything's rounded that way. Okay, so yeah, we have $80,000 in retirement. I am keeping an eye on these three together because they totaled to $89,600. And so we are getting close to $100,000 invested. Now the HSA is partly just cash and partly invested, and the cash I'm kind of counting as part of our emergency fund if we needed it. So we're getting to just about $90,000 invested, and I'm excited to hit that $100,000 invested for sure. So for my brokerage accounts, I started out with $6,155 and ended the month at $6,100. So that was a decrease of $55. The stock market did go down in June. Just the retirement accounts went up, I believe, because we made such large contributions that month. And then for the HSA, we started out with $3,535 and ended with $3,400, and that was a decrease of $135. So like I said, some of this money's invested, so the stock market did go down. And then we've got our cars that I just always leave at $17,500. I think I'll look them up on Kelley Blue Book for the next update I do, and if I can remember, and see if I need to update this, because I check it like every 6 months or so just to see like approximately what our cars are worth. So we started out the month with $592,070 in assets, and we ended at $590,400. So that was a decrease of $1,670 in assets, most of which was because the value of our house went down according to Zillow. Going over to the liabilities, our mortgage started out at $299,835 and ended at $299,300. So that was a change of $535. My student loans started out at $177,836 and are now at zero. I talked about that in detail, well, in as much detail as I am going to share and feel comfortable sharing about that in my June and July debt payoff video. So I will link that in the video description if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, my student loans, that was a change of obviously $177,836. Amazing. It's finally starting to hit me that that debt is gone. It's wild, which leaves us with one debt besides our mortgage, which is my husband's graduate school student loan. And that started out at $81,982 and went down to $81,300. So that was a decrease of $682. So for liabilities, we had $559,653 and we ended with $380,600. So obviously a huge decrease in liabilities in the month of June. So our total net worth at the beginning of the month was $32,417 and ended the month at $209,800. So obviously, like, not a typical month by any means. Our net worth did go over 200,000, but it's going to drop back down for the month of July. So let's take a look at that. Honestly, at this point, I'm not like that invested in what our net worth is. Like emotionally, all I'm looking at is, are we improving the situation by increasing our assets and or decreasing our liabilities every single month, i.e. are we making progress every single month? So it went over 200 and now I'm going to show you why it's under 200 this next month right now. But I really like the number is less important to me than the amount invested and the fact that our debts are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So anyway, let's take a look at what happened in July. So in July, the biggest change that dropped our net worth back under 200,000 is our house. So we actually got a broker's price opinion on our house because, you know, we are planning to move next year, but we just wanted to kind of see where we're at, and we were actually toying with the idea of moving potentially sooner. And so we did get a broker's price opinion, and that value, they gave us a range, and they thought that, you know, there's a range of what it would go for, and there's a difference between what they think it would potentially go for and what we should list it for based on the market and their expertise and everything. And so I just wanted to update our net worth spreadsheet to put it to the lowest number I think we'd possibly get out of the house. I think we'll get more than this, but I just wanted to be like the most conservative estimate of what we would potentially get. So obviously the market could continue to drop and it could be even lower than this at the time that we sell, depending on when that ends up being. But for now, this is the number I feel comfortable at as the amount I think we would get out of like the sale price after costs and, you know, fees and everything like that. So I changed it from $475,000 to $440,000, which was a decrease of $35,000. So obviously a hit to our net worth, but it's not real money until we actually sell the house. So, you know, whatever, we'll see what happens with the housing market. But that's why I made this adjustment. And I think I'm just going to leave it at this value probably going forward until we actually sell. And unless like the market really drops and I see like the value on Zillow is going way down, I might adjust it down more. But I don't think I'm going to adjust it up at all because, you know, like I said, we're going to sell it in the near future, not this calendar year, but probably at the first half of 2023, which is just time flies, you know, as you get older, like the years and months go faster and faster. I don't know like how old you are at the time you're watching this, but it definitely starts to go faster the older you get. So I know that's just like around the corner. All right, savings, which is our emergency fund and sinking funds. So we started out the month with $8,300 and ended the month with $10,800. So that was an increase of $2,500 in total. And so that is great. I love to see our sinking funds and emergency fund total between $11,000 and $12,000 or even more, hopefully in the future or definitely in the future. But for now, between 11 and 12. So we're almost there. And we had a great month for increasing our sinking funds and emergency fund. Next, for retirement accounts, we started out at $80,100 and went up to $81,900, which was an increase of $1,800. And then the rest of these, we essentially didn't see much of a change. We either like put in a small amount, but it lost a little bit of value, or nothing really happened in the account for those assets. So for this month, we started out with $590,400 and ended at $559,700 for assets, which was a decrease of $30,700. Moving on to the liabilities. So we just have 2 liabilities now, and soon, hopefully, we will have 0 once we sell our house and use the sale proceeds to pay off my husband's student loan, or I think that's what we're still going to do. His interest rate is so low. I think we'll wait till we're actually there to do it, but I just can't imagine having to self-restraint after this much time to not use that money to pay off a student loan if we get to the point where we have the cash in the bank. So yeah, we're continuing to think about that. But anyway, first debt is our mortgage. Started out July with $299,300 and ended at $298,800. So that was a decrease of $500. And then my husband's student loan started out at $81,300 and went down to $80,500, which was a decrease of $800. And we paid $1,000 towards that debt. So we're paying about $200 a month in interest, a little bit less actually because of the rounding, like I said, that I'm doing, but about $200 a month in interest. So it's not nothing, but compared to the, oh my gosh, what was it? I'm going to look real quick. Year 1 of our debt-free journey, $1,902 that we were paying per month in interest. I mean, it's just such a huge difference. So yeah, we went from paying $1,900 a month in interest, just interest, not even principal, to $200 a month in interest on our debts. So that's a huge debt interest glow up. So yeah, total liabilities started in July at $386,600 and ended at $379,300. So that was a decrease of $1,300. So for our net worth, we started out the month at $209,800, and like I said, we're back into the 100s. But literally, I mean, I don't even care at this point. It's such a higher amount than I thought we'd be at this point in our financial journey. So I'm so happy with this number. $180,400 is our current net worth, and that was a decrease of $29,400 this month, mostly because of the change in the value of our house based on that broker's price opinion. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, we started out the year, we were just at, 5 to 10,000, and then we were slowly increasing it to the 10s, 20s, 30s, up to 200,000 and then back down to 180. So, and you can see that reflected in this graph. So this estimate, this line of like the trajectory is probably a little skewed because we had such a big jump here and that's not going to happen going forward, but then we had a drop. So going forward from here, hopefully it'll just trend more consistently upward, or, some months it might be down a little bit, but just kind of generally trend along this line. But we'll see where we end the year. Right now it's projecting we'll end at around 275,000. That would be $100,000 increase over the next few months, which just I think is totally unrealistic. So I think once we put in a few more months and this line can calculate those smaller incremental changes, then that estimate will be more like, 225 or so. I'd say we might end the year there, but we'll just see how everything goes, see how the stock market goes. There's a lot of stuff we can't control. The other thing, I said I wanted to track the retirement accounts, brokerage, and HSA. So we ended the month of July with $91,400. So we're less than $10,000 away as of the end of this month's closing from $100,000 invested. And yeah, that's kind of where I think I'm going to start focusing more on as we get closer to debt freedom. Focus more on, are we on track to hit FIRE? Are we on track to hit Coast FIRE? I mean, there's all these different types of FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early, but we are kind of behind for traditional retirement. I mean, we're definitely behind from what some of the best case scenario investing suggestions are, but we are ahead of a lot of people who haven't even started investing in their 30s. So I'm not trying to compare us to anyone else, but from my perspective, we are behind where I want us to be. So we are going to keep pushing with investing and try to balance all these goals. So once my husband's student loan is gone, that will really open things up even more for us to focus on things like investing and increasing our emergency fund and stuff like that. So I'm really excited at the direction things are going, from a net worth of over negative $200,000 just 2.5 short years ago. I just can't even believe how far we've come since then. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be hopefully back on track from here with monthly net worth updates going forward. So you can watch for those. Like I said, if you like this spreadsheet, I give it to you guys for free. The link's in the video description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy talking to you guys about finances on this channel. I'm so glad to be back after a month break after having a baby. And yeah, it's just really nice to keep going forward and see all this progress and have this like kind of video record of everything we've done over the past few years. And I hope that our story inspires you if you're feeling discouraged. I hope that if you're feeling demotivated, me showing up every single month, every single week talking about money helps you stay motivated. I hope if you feel like it's something you are bad at, you can see how bad we were and how much better we've gotten, and that gives you encouragement. So thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon in my next video. Bye.